By the end of this video, you're going to learn how to effectively trade supply and demand and be able to make money from the market. Hey yo people, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how I personally trade supply and demand. I'm going to be showing you a live example of a trade I took yesterday on Euro AUD that went to 1 to 6 and beyond. I'm going to be showing you how you can apply this system for yourself and how you'll be able to trade supply and demand effectively. What is supply and demand? To keep it simple, supply and demand are those zones where the key players come into the market. When I mean key players, I mean the banks, the hedge funds, the people that have the ability to move the market. As you already know, as retail traders, as small traders, we don't have the ability to move the market. But what we can do is to follow the footprint left by the key players and be able to make money. So basically, supply and demand are those footprints left by the key players that we retail traders or small traders can go with and make money from the market. By the end of this video, you're going to learn how to effectively trade supply and demand and be able to make money from the market. So sit back, take a note, take a pen, let's get it.
Oh yeah, I stayed up, put my head on and I prayed up, I worked hard and never gave up, how the struggle motivated.
People, we're live in the chat. For you to be able to trade supply and demand, you need to understand market structure. And I actually made a video on that, so make sure you check out that video before you watch this video if you don't know what is market structure. I'll put the link right here. So basically what you need to know is market structure is basically the movement of the market, right? A series of higher highs and higher lows is bullish, while a series of lower highs and lower lows. So basically a series of higher highs, right? This is bullish structure. While the reverse is a series of lower lows, is bearish structure, right? So right here, I'm going to assume you already know market structure. So we have here. So supply and demand is basically the last push before price breaks structure. Right here, I'm just going to annotate this so you just see. So the market opened somewhere here, which was on Monday anyways. This was the last high. This is the low. This is the high. This is the low. This is the high. This is the low. This is the high, right? As you can see right here, I'm just going to annotate up to here. Well, let's just go up to that place so it's more clear. You get, did I get that? Okay, now I have this. So this is the high. This is the low. This is the high, this is the low, this is the high. So this is currently where the market is at right now. It's actually a live market. Anyway, supply and demand is basically this last zone before price breaks the structure. For me, this would be the last zone before price broke the structure, which is right here. If you notice, price never came back to this. That is okay, right? You just need to consistently go with the flow. Sometimes in the future, price is going to come back here, but right now we're not going to wait. I'm not going to wait for that, right? So this is the next one, and follow on. This is the next one. This was actually where I took my trade from, right? So I don't know if you get it. So basically, supply and demand is the last push before price breaks structure. It could also be in the downtrend. It's literally the same thing. You just have to invert everything you get. So basically, the last candle or the last push. I don't like to use the candle, but most people tend to use the candle, and it's also called order block, right? For me, I like to call it swing high, swing low. So basically, this is the last one price broke the structure from, and this was where I was looking for my trade from, and actually where I got my trade from, which was on Tuesday, and it was yesterday. Anyways, once price comes into the zone, like I mentioned in my market structure video, you could easily trade this solely, right? You can actually trade supply and demand solely. All depends on you, right? Just this was the last high, and your stop loss could be under here. Once price comes back into the supply, once price comes into the demand, this is actually demand. The other way around on a bearish trend is called supply. This demand coming down, supply. Basically, it's simple, right? Anyways, you could solely trade this, which is beautiful. This could have been a beautiful 1 to 5 if you were trading like this, but for me, once price comes into my zone, I normally go straight to the 5 minutes, right? I'm just going to bar replay, as you can see right here. So right here, once price came into my zone, this was during my trading session, which was 10 a.m. in the morning. I went straight to the 5 minutes to get my confirmation, right? My confirmation is very simple. Go back to one of my breakdowns. I actually explained that a lot. Anyway, so what I'm looking for is for price to actually create another supply and demand, right? So I'm just going to bar replay. So you see, I'm playing. So what I'm looking for is something like this. So basically, price tapped into my zone, I need price to start creating another supply and demand for me. So basically, if you notice right here from what I've explained, this is a top, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high. So basically, the move that broke this high is what I'm looking to take my trade from, which is actually somewhere here, right? I'll show you somewhere here. So I like to use this candle. I actually use this candle because sometimes price doesn't want to come lower, and there's nothing you can do about that. It's better to be in the trade than to miss the trade, right? So I chose this candle from the trade I took, and my stop loss is basically below the low, right? My stop loss is below the low right here, which is one sec, this low. This was the last low, which was 7.5. I think my stop loss was around 8, but because of spread on Euro AUD, I actually made everything around 10. So basically, I think my entry was a little bit higher just to cover for spread. But initially, this is my entry, right? This is what I normally would do because it's logical for me. But Euro AUD, the spread is wild anyways. Keep going. So once price starts to create another supply and demand within my supply and demand, I take my trade from there. So basically, you can actually trade this solely. You don't really need to do confirmation, but confirmation is more secure, right? It has higher probability. It just depends on you, right? So right here, I was aiming for 1 to 6. If you know me, I always aim for 1 to 6, which is somewhere right here. Let's just put it. I don't like 2 to 6, but you get the point, right? So right here, you just have to wait. All you have to do is wait. Once you have your entry, you wait. I play. Price actually came back. Price came back to my entry again around 13, which is the same reason I don't use break even. It's either a win or a loss for me basically. So I just keep playing, and price went to my target. I think it got there around, no, I was still waiting right here. It didn't get there yet. Boom, this was my target. I actually closed somewhere here even before this candle formed, or somewhere around here, I'm not even sure, but I did take this trade. It was actually a beautiful trade, right? If you don't believe me, go to my free Telegram. I did post everything there. So basically, this was a beautiful trade, trading supply and demand. So just to recap what I've been talking about, supply and demand is basically the last zone that price that price reacted from before price breaking the zone. This is the high. Price came down, created a low, created a zone which we could go with, which is basically, I don't like to go deep into the retail, into the key players, because to be honest, we don't really know how these guys trade, right? So normally people will tell you that, oh, there is a lot of money here, but for me, I don't do that. I just feel like if you go through data, you're going to consistently see that once price breaks the high, the low, which is the swing that price broke the high from, there's going to be a lot of reaction from there. So it's really smart for you to backtest this, see for yourself, does it really work, or is it just a facade, you know? So basically check, do your research, and if it works for you, great, right? But it's actually a key component of my strategy, and I use it a lot. Anyways, this is all I have for this video. If you gain value in it, make sure to like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bless.